computer problems, I'm sure. So if that happens again, just hang tight, okay? And I'll come back. I think it was on my end because I had to reconnect to my network. It's been strange this morning. Okay, so we're going to look at question number 4 again. Okay, let me come over here, share the screen. There it is. Question number 4. So I said, when you read a multiple choice question, the key thing is to read all the words. And I was saying that the key word in this question, see, a multiple choice question is a reading question. Spend a lot of time reading and a little bit of time answering. And the key word here is tissue. So what do you think the answer is?
Is it A?
A, it's histology. Yes, ma'am. You guys need to try to answer them. I'm not going to be critical if you tell me wrong, because I'm trying to teach you how to take these kind of tests. And the key word is tissue. And when you think of tissue, you should think of histology. Okay. Okay, let's look at question number 7. Okay. Question number 7 says, consider the following structural levels: chemical, organ, tissue, cell, and organ system. Which level encompasses the other 4? That means, what does encompass mean? That's the word that people might trip on. Encompass means to include. So it's looking for the largest level of organization there. Which is the largest level of organization in question number 7? And don't be afraid to guess, okay? Because it's better to get it now than tomorrow say, oh my, I don't know what it means. Who wants to help me with that?
Is it C, organ?
B, organ system. See,
No.
tissues, organs, chemicals, and cells are all smaller.
No, I said C.
What's that?
I said C, organ.
Oh, no, it's B, organ system. Do you see why it's B instead of C? There could be multiple organs within a single organ system. See, it's asking for the biggest one. See, when you encompass something, that means you include it. An organ doesn't include the whole system. For example, let me give you an example. Kidney is an organ, and it's part of the excretory system because there's also ureters and a urinary bladder in that system. See, so organ system is a bigger thing than organ, so it's asking you for the biggest one. Do you see that now?
Yeah.
Okay, no, and don't be afraid to start answering them, because that's what we're here for, practice. Okay, let's look at question number 10. Okay, question number 10. Let's see, you got to come down here. Homeostasis is defined as the production of energy by cells, the combination of gross cell repair and energy release. C, an amplification of deviation from the normal range. D, the maintenance of a relatively constant environment within the body. Or E, conditions in the body that do not involve fluctuation. What is homeostasis? Anybody pick one, okay? And then we'll talk about why that is or is not the answer.
Is it D?
D, correct, absolutely. The maintenance of a relatively constant environment within the body, because you don't want your blood sugar to go too high or too low. You don't want your blood pressure to go too high or too low. You don't want your body temperature. So it's a maintenance of a relatively constant environment within the body. Very, very good. Very good. See? Okay, now let's go on. Oops. Went through. Whole bunch of them here. Let's see. Wanted to go to 11. I'm trying to do 1, 4, 7, 10, 11, 14. I've got a system so I can keep up with what I'm doing. Here's question number 11. A blood clot stimulating even more blood clotting is an example of negative feedback, positive feedback, neutral feedback, metabolism. There is no feedback involved. Okay, Allie, why don't you pick one for us and then we'll talk about it. If you pick one, we can go on and talk about it.
Would it be A?
A, no, it's not negative feedback. Let me tell you why. Negative is when it makes the reverse thing happen, okay? Positive is when it makes the same thing happen. So it says a blood clot stimulating even more blood clotting is an example of what?
B?
B, it's positive feedback. The two main kinds of feedback that we talked about in the lesson was negative and positive. Negative feedback will turn something off and positive feedback will keep it going. So the answer to number 11 is B, positive feedback. Okay. Let me go up here and get the next one now. Let's see. Yeah, I want to go to 14. Okay, so the anatomical term that means away from the midline of the body is medial, proximal, distal, lateral, or superficial. Which anatomical term? I'm going to ask Olivia, why don't we take turns? Pick one for this one, Olivia.
Would that one be D, lateral?
No, lateral means on the, well, yep. I was turned around. Yes, that is right. I'm sorry, Olivia. The number D, lateral, is correct. Away from the midline. You're either at the midline, that's medial, and away from it is lateral. So that's good. Okay. Let's go on to number 17 now. Now we're starting to roll. Okay. 17, the smallest particle, this is for Roxana now. The smallest particle of an element that still exhibits the chemical characteristics of that element is electron, atom, chemical bond, orbital, or proton.
Is it B, an atom?
Yes. See, we're on a roll right now. Good, Roxana. Okay. We're all gonna pull through this together and do really well. So now we're on to question number 20. Okay. Okay, here comes question number 20. A neutral atom, I know you're gonna get this right. It was on one of the quizzes and everybody got it right. Is it Allie's turn again?
Yes.
A neutral atom will become a cation if it gains electrons, gains protons, loses electrons, loses protons, gains neutrons.
Is it A?
No, but you're down to the right two. So then if it's not A, it has to be
C?
C. Remember, an electron's negative, so if you're neutral and then you lose a negative, you're going to become positive, which is what a cation is. Okay, but you pick one of the two best ones, so we're on a pretty good roll now. Okay, so now we'll go to 21. Okay, here comes number 21, and I think we're up to Olivia again. cations and anions that dissociate in water are sometimes called non-electrolytes because they do not conduct an electrical current, solutes, C, electrolytes because they can conduct an electrical current, D, non-electrolytes and solutes, E, solutes and electrolytes. What do you think? Is it Olivia?
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. What do you
Would
think?
it be D, non-electrolytes and solutes?
No. The thing, cations and anions are what? Charged. Cations are positive, anions are negative. Okay. Anything that has an electrical charge can conduct an electrical current. So they call those electrolytes, C, and it's because they can conduct an electrical current. If you put, I remember when I was in elementary school, they put a circuit in distilled water and it wouldn't conduct the current. And then when they put salt in it, it would. And when you go out into the medical area, they'll be talking about blood electrolytes. Blood electrolytes are just another name for the cations and the anions. So the answer to 21, cations and anions that dissociate in water are sometimes called, and in medicine, they're usually called. You don't hear medical people talking about blood ions. You hear them talking about blood electrolytes. Okay, so that's number 21. And the next one we want to look at is 24. Here comes number 24, and I think it's Roxana. I think it's your turn now. The structural and functional unit of all living organisms is the ribosome, the cell, the organ, the organelle, or the plasma membrane. What do you think, Roxana?
The B, cell.
B, cell, correct. The structural and functional unit of all living organisms is the cell. Okay, good job. Good job. Now we're going to go down to number 27. Okay. And this would be for Allie's turn. The aroma of cookies baking in the kitchen reaches you in the living room. The distribution of this odor throughout the house is an example of active transport, dialysis, osmosis, filtration, or diffusion.
Would it be A?
Okay, no, not A. Think about it. The movement of something from a greater concentration to a lesser concentration. In other words, if you first took the cookies, where would the smell be strongest for the cookies? In the kitchen.
Yeah.
What part of the kitchen would it be strongest in? Right when you went over to the oven, okay? As you walked away from the oven, would you smell the cookies more or less?
Less.
Less. So we have an odor moving from an area where it's stronger or more concentrated to regions where it is less concentrated. So now take another crack at it.
E?
E, diffusion. Yes, movement of any kind of material from a greater concentration to a lesser concentration is diffusion. You guys are catching on. Okay. Now we want to go to number 30. Okay. Okay. And number 30, this one's going to be for you, Allie. Cytoplasm, this was another one that was on the quizzes. Cytoplasm is found in the nucleus, outside the nucleus, but inside the plasma membrane, in the cisternae of the endoplasmic reticulum, on the cristae of the mitochondria, between the phospholipids in the plasma membrane. So what do you say about that, Allie?
B.
B, good. Outside the nucleus, but inside the plasma membrane. Very good. That is the correct answer. That's what that's where the cytoplasm is found. So now we'll go to 31. Okay, and this would be for Olivia again. The control center of the cell is the A, nucleus, B, ribosome, C, mitochondrion, D, plasma membrane, E, endoplasmic reticulum.
Would that one be A?
It would be A. Inside in the why does it say 35? It says question. I got to check on that. It says question 31 and 35. I don't know why it says that. I'll correct that. That'll be confusing. Okay, so that is correct though. The control center is the nucleus. Question number 31. It's really 31 is the question it is. I don't know why it says 35. I probably had a brain problem there. So now we'll go to 34. You ever have that brain damage? I have it. I've survived 2 strokes, so anyhow, question 34. This one, who is this for?
That's for me.
Is it you, Roxana? Okay. The extracellular material that's outside the cell, extra means outside the cell, is found in connective tissue is called what? Remember, connective tissue is cells in a
Is it C, matrix?
matrix. So the extracellular material found in connective tissue is called matrix. Good, good, good. That was Roxana, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now we're going to go to 37. Okay, and we'll be down to Allie. A general characteristic of connective tissue is, oh gosh, it's almost a repeat question, but not exactly, is that it consists of cells with much intercellular material matrix between them, has no blood supply to the tissue, covers the outside of organs. D is commonly found lining body cavities, and E contracts. What do you think, Allie?
Would it be A?
Yes, it is. There's a little bit of intercellular means between the cells. Extracellular means outside of the cells. So the matrix is both extracellular and intercellular. So I'm sorry for that. I think I'm going to go back and change this one to extracellular material. Okay. But it does repeat the word matrix. Anytime you see that word matrix, go for the connective tissue. Okay. So now we'll be on number 40. We're making our way through it because we only got about 5 more that we need to go over and then see what else you would need this morning. Okay. Here's question number 40. And this, who is this for now?
I think that one's for me.
Okay, Olivia, I think it is you. The support and protection of neurons rests with the dendrites, the ligaments, the neuroglia, the trabeculae, or the axons. That was also his question.
Would it be C, neuroglia?
Yes, that is correct. The old name for neuroglia, when I went to school, they call them nurse cells. And you know what nurses do? They take care of patients. They support the patient and protect the patient. See, they take care of the patient. But yeah, the support and protection of the neurons rests with the neuroglia. So that's very good. Okay, let's go on to, that was Olivia. So we're back to Roxana. See, you got to participate. It'll help you though. You do better on the test if you participate. So this is for Roxana. The layer of epithelium that covers the skin is called the dermis, the epidermis, the hypodermis, the mesodermis, or the papillary layer.
Hypodermis?
No, that I'm glad you said that because that was a commonly missed question on the test. It said true or false on the quiz. It said true or false, the hypodermis is the deepest layer of skin. The hypodermis is not part of the skin. The skin is only made of the epidermis and the dermis. So let's eliminate that one, and we'll give it a second try, Roxana. The layer of epithelium that covers the skin is called the what?
The dermis?
Now that's good. We'll eliminate that one too.
Epidermis?
Epidermis. See, epi means upon the people, okay? Or epidemic means upon the people. Epidermis means upon the dermis. So the layer of epithelium that covers the skin, the outside layer, is the epidermis, okay? So let's go on to 44. Okay, and this would be Allie, right? Whoa, look, this is a long one. Which of the following represents the correct order of the layers of the epidermis from the deepest to the most superficial? Now you understand the question. You got to start at the bottom and go to the top from the deepest to the most superficial. Now let me give you a tip about how to answer a question like this. What is the deepest layer of the skin?
Hypodermis?
No, on these, there's five layers of the epidermis, okay? Which of the following represents the correct order of the layers of the epidermis from the deepest one to the most superficial? So you got to start at the bottom. Even if you didn't know, by the way, I've taken multiple choice tests on stuff I didn't know anything about and made high scores on them, because you just got to think, what do you think the bottom layer of the epidermis would be called? We're going to start at the bottom because it's the deepest. Well, I would guess it was basal, because when the basement is where in a house? It's at the bottom of the house. So I see that basal and I say, boy, that's at the bottom because it's basement. See, so I can eliminate C, D, and E because they don't start out with a stratum basale. Okay. So you're going to pick between A and B. Who is it right now?
Me,
Who is me?
Allie,
Allie. So what do you pick, A or B?
B,
Okay, B, stratum. Okay, stratum lucidum and stratum corneum. Yes, you are right. See, a lot of times you answer a multiple choice question by eliminating the ones that it can't be. And I know it starts with basale. I also know it's going to start with stratum corneum. I get mixed up in the middle, but I can still get the thing right. Okay, so that's good. Part of multiple choice questions, part of it is reading it, part of it is eliminating things that it can't be, and part of it is not jumping to conclusions. So that was 44. Let's look at 47. You guys are doing good. So I think we're back to Olivia.
Yes.
The biology 281 teacher's name is Alexander Jones. True or false?
False.
False. Probably don't know what it is for real, but it's not Alexander Jones. Okay. little humor there. Okay. Let's see now. The last one we want to look at number 50. And number 50 is the study. This is for Roxana. This designed just for Roxana. No, for everybody. The study of anatomy and physiology should be, the key word there is should be fun. What do you think, Roxana?
False.
Oh, come on now. Come on, try again. I'll give you another chance.
True.
True, it should. I didn't say it is fun. You have to be careful when you read. I said, should it be fun? What do you think, true or false? Try again, Roxana. It should be what? Fun. True or false? Okay. Well, I guess it depends upon whether you're a pessimist or optimist. I happen to be an optimist, so just so you know how to answer a question like that to satisfy me, I think everything should be fun. I think God put us in a world where he put things around us and we are to make the best and the most of whatever it is. So, and I can see your point. It's also a bit of hard work, but see, I even think hard work is fun. I think it's all great. So anyhow, answer that one true tomorrow if you'd like to get it right. It should be fun. I didn't say it is fun, but it should be. You should try to make it fun. Okay, so now I'm going to stop the share and go back here. Okay, so you all know that today, let me make an announcement and then see if you have any other questions. My announcement is that today you're supposed to be doing what? I'm going to put an announcement up as soon as I get off. What should you be doing today in addition to studying for tomorrow's lecture test?
Taking our lab test.
Take the lab test today. So any questions about the lab test? Okay, so we had a Zoom meeting on Friday to deal with that. Okay, if you have any, make sure you write me a email or something. Okay, and then the other thing you need to be doing today is studying for tomorrow's exam. I hope this helped out a little bit, and that it is recording right now. I'm going to turn the recording off. Unless you have, let me do one more thing. Do you have any questions? Okay, I'm going to stop the recording then.